dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Many shuttles have blasted off into space through the last half-century, but one launch this evening was a proud moment for an Eastern Kentucky town. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how the second private Axiom space mission made a small town feel like they were going beyond a crater.
There is a buzz in Middlesboro, and it is not just from a regular Yellow Jackets event.
You see businesses with painted windows, we have T-shirts, banners up over the train trestle downtown.
They are decorated with a space theme, celebrating a rocket launch that has more of a local feel. Of the 4 astronauts aboard the second private Axiom space mission, a man raised in Middlesboro is the pilot.
So it has been really inspiring, and of that, just to see the entire community rally behind John and his willingness to take us with him in his journey.
A journey Schaffner is dedicated to. Despite living in Knoxville, Schaffner helped start the STEM program at Middlesboro schools.
Seeing John's excitement and passion to continue that in his hometown is truly inspiring, and through his generosity and his goodness, he's going to open doors to our students, and not just our students, but really our entire community and our area at large.
1, engines full power, and liftoff, Falcon 9, go Axiom.
So when the shuttle finally blasted off, the community was in awe, and a little logo on Schaffner's suit representing the mission and Middlesboro launched into space too.
We had three girls here from the high school sit down, and in a day's time they knocked that out, and they just blew it out of the water, and it's a phenomenal design.
Going to infinity and beyond the crater their town sits in Middlesboro, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The Middlesboro School's STEM program will host students for a live video conversation with John Schaffner while he's in space on Friday, May 26th.
Quiet weather continues across the mountains as we close out your weekend. Temperatures at this hour are cool and comfortable. Most of us in the middle to upper 50s right now. You can see on the temperature map, most of us in those 50s. 59 for Pikeville, 60 right now in Jackson, 61 for London, and 55 over in Clay County and Manchester. So we are pretty comfortable as we close out your Sunday. The good news up on radar, we are dry at this hour, and that will continue as we go through tonight as well, as we are tracking a drying trend across the mountains, not only tonight, but also into early next week as well. Lows falling into the lower 50s as you wake up on Monday. Most of us are dry once again under that clear sky, but we are watching out for possibly some patchy fog as you wake up on Monday, especially in those valleys. So you may need some extra time on your Monday morning commute. Now we are a little bit chilly tonight, but notice this, above average temperature set to return for early next week, and then a little bit of a cool down by late next week. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Keaton.
All right, thank you, Cameron. We have some breaking news tonight out of Hazard as a large structure fire has broken out at a business. First responders are currently battling a fire at Crow Tire on North Main Street in Hazard. The road was closed while they battled the blaze. Power outages were also being reported in the area. Hazard Fire Department Chief Robert Keith says the 911 call came in around 8:30 p.m. He says that the amount of tires in the building has led to heavier smoke and fire.
The time that I arrived, we had heavy fire in the upstairs storage area of the building where they are storing tires. I've been told that they have a stock of around 4,000 tires in the building, and most of the fire was in there.
Chief Keith did say that there was no reason to believe anyone was in the building when the fire began. Kentucky State Police are investigating after one person was killed in a crash in Pike County early Friday morning. Officials say they received a call around 4:38 a.m. saying there was a crash on Kentucky Route 1056 near the McCarr community. Troopers from Post 9 said 25-year-old Connard Fields of Ransom, Kentucky was driving the UTV when it flipped while going around a curve. A passenger, 23-year-old Shelley Prater of Matawan, West Virginia, was pronounced dead at the scene by the Pike County coroner. That incident is still under investigation. The Kentucky Blood Center is celebrating its 55th anniversary. In 1968, you could have found the Kentucky Blood Center in the basement of the Pancake House on South Limestone. In 2023, you can find KBC in one of their 8 facilities across 6 counties. At the height of the pandemic, the Kentucky Blood Center struggled with donations. Now officials are asking folks who stopped donating during that time to get back into the habit.
It's kind of a neat look back for us, and also we hope a kind of a reminder. It comes at a time when the pandemic is ending, and we hope it's a reminder to folks that, hey, the need for blood has never stopped, and it's bigger than ever, really. So we hope this motivates people to come out this week or later this summer.
You can find the requirements to donate and learn more about the centers on their website, kybloodcenter.org. Kentucky Car Club is putting on Katie's Ride, a car cruise through central Kentucky to support the 50 Legs Foundation. Lucy Bryson met with Katie and her family to share the story.
It's the 7th annual Katie's Ride, and this is Katie.
I love coming out here and stuff and seeing everybody.
She had her leg amputated after a lawnmower accident when she was young. But now she's the face of a yearly fundraiser alongside an organization called 50 Legs to help kids get the prosthetic care that they need.
Every year, I mean, most years we raise enough money to help one child get a running blade. And so I know how important that was for me when she got hers, so it makes me feel good to be even a small part of this.
Car enthusiasts with the Motorhead Car Club meet together for car shows often, but this gathering is a fan favorite.
This is one of our favorites because usually a car show, you show up and you show your car, and then people are given awards. Here, you show up, you get to enjoy the cars, and then we're going to get out and drive our car.
With the ride having the title of Katie's Ride, naturally she's the face of the fundraiser, meaning every year she chooses one car to be the winner of the event.
I kind of go based off color.
What are your favorite colors?
I like all the shiny ones.
Michael Ritchie drives this 53 Chevy in memory of his mother and wife who have passed. But his mother was one of the founding members of the club.
She was one of the first founding members and stuff. And actually, Katie's Ride, the very first Katie's Ride, Katie actually picked this car. She loved the color and stuff.
Katie's Ride ends right here at Evans Orchard, where the drivers and Katie alike are met with a celebration to celebrate another year well done.
Evans Orchard welcomed the guests as they finished today's ride. The drivers were met with a lunch at the Orchard and a 50-50 raffle to raise money and finish out the day. In Lexington, Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
This is only one of the 2 fundraising events that the Motorhead Car Club puts on each year, the other being in the fall to remember victims of 9/11. Coming up at 11, President Biden's visit to the G7 summit gets overshadowed by politics here in the States.
Plus, we are tracking sunshine and warm temperatures to kick off the work week. All those details coming up in just a few minutes.